Let's get that going. Yeah, it's actually kind of cool. What is going on? We are live. Let's see if some people pop in. I'm on the chat here. Woo! I have a bad hair day. This camera doesn't look that good either. It's a little bit better. For a good laptop camera. I mean, for a good gaming laptop for editing, this thing is not great. Oh, we got Letty Lopez. Hey, what's going on? Oh, some people are popping in now. That's great. I'm just gonna wait until we get some people on here. Going, we're back in the live stream. Sorry for that light. It's kind of like, I don't know. Maybe I should shift a view so it's not like as much glare. There's more stuff here. There's one of the. That's actually one of the Randonautica artifacts from one of the videos. Not artifact. Objects that we found in one of our videos, which is kind of cool. All right, so I'll turn here because then we won't be getting this gleam that I've been getting. But yeah, this is basically a redo of last time because I wasn't able to keep the video because of certain. They're so picky and touchy with things, and I was glad that one of the subs had pointed that out. Was that they were like, yeah, you can't say this or you can't do that. That's good that you do that because then obviously that lets us keep doing content that we're doing. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. I thought that was really rad too. All this Starseed stuff has really gotten me into like a sci-fi kind of thing, and it's really really cool because like the music we created. That. Oh, did somebody see the music? Yeah, my wife, she loves Minions. She absolutely loves Minions. So she collects all that stuff. She really really digs it. I'll have that up there so you guys see the back. This is actually really neat. So my grandmother painted this, and she's sick right now. It really, really sucks. She won't be around for long. But my grandmother actually paints, and she's got many of these. And I love animals, so I wanted to keep something to remember her by on the back wall here. So I have that. Let's see if I can put this back because it's really, really awkward. Oh, please go back. Please go back. Okay, we're back. What we got going on here? Busy Bee. Hi, Brad. How you doing? How you guys doing? How's everybody doing today? It's a fine day. It's actually not too bad outside. We didn't have. It wasn't like sunny, but it was. It like you know what I mean. It wasn't. It wasn't cold. We've been having a lot of days where it's been freezing. Yeah. So I'll put her in the. Sorry, your gram is. Yeah, I know it sucks. Yeah, she's actually. She means a lot to me. Like she's very very important. She helped me. She gave me this artistic thing like where I'm just into arts and all things like that because she did a lot of things. So she was a painter. She always donated things. She made clothing for people like homeless and stuff like that, Salvation Army. So she's been doing stuff like that for years and years and years. Just she's just like a devout Christian and all that, but she's very very artistic. She would paint, draw. She loved music, and so all that kind of stuff kind of got me inspired. So like raising me, like that was a lot of that. Yeah. Oh, thank you for sharing. That's awesome. Yeah. So I'll put it in okay. So I'll put it in the discussion here, like just as we're chatting. So like going back to what we were talking to before, I want to bring new content to the channel. What do you all enjoy? Because that's the biggest thing. Like I don't want to start creating stuff that I know that you guys aren't going to watch. So I kind of want to see like, okay, what do you guys like? Chris keeps mentioning geocaching. He wants to do it. He wants our whole crew to get involved and get into doing it. And it's not like ominous things that we've been doing or like that. It's more of like, so you find like a cache and there's stuff in it and somebody put stuff in it. And it is like, yeah, I guess you could say you could find artifacts or you could find like random things or bits of the past or the future, whatever. But anyway, it's a cache and people put whatever they want in it. And then those that find it using the same kind of app as Randonautica brings you to a coordinate and you find these caches and there's different stuff in every one of them. So if I find one, I have to have stuff already on me. So I have a backpack, I have stuff and I'll put it in there. And then the next person that comes, I have to set it down exactly where it was. And then the next person comes and then finds it. Or you don't have to take it. You don't have to keep the things in the caches from geocaching. You could just put those back and let the next person find it. So Chris brought that up. I wanted to know if you, yeah, I know we got some people saying the haunted. I will be doing that. The only thing that's getting involved and getting in the way with that is one, some permissions, because we want to try to do an opera house. So, paranormal, we want to do the opera house. It's very, very old. It's in the 1800s. So we're trying to get permission for that. We have contacted the librarian, so be sure to check this episode out too. I don't know why it didn't do well. We did this full out investigation at a library. It's on my channel. If you scroll down, be sure to check that out, guys. We had a full team. We used a lot of gear in that too. We did a lot of gear in that. I had Braden with me. There's a new person that's on my channel. She's going to be in new videos. Really super awesome that we were able to do this collab. Her name is Ariel. She's actually one of my best friends, his sister, and she's highly into this stuff. And it's funny because when I started this stuff, I actually started it with her brother and a few other guys, and we ended up in like the newspaper and stuff way before we ever even did YouTube. We didn't even have cameras back then. Like there was no GoPro. There was like those Radio Shack cameras. You had to plug, the AV jacks into the VCR, and then you had to record what you did on a tape. So like that was really wild back then. Okay, so we got some more people reading the comments here. I like rando, geocaching, magnet fishing, camping, haunted, about whatever. And that's from Jamie Riggle. HDD. I love hearing from you. It's awesome to see like these just diehard fans of our content. I am going to be going on the road again with Angelo. It's just a matter of just prep and getting things ready, making sure that the weather's fine. That's a big thing in Canada too, is that when the weather is so bad in the negative, we have this like, your camera's fogging up, your batteries. Oh yeah, and this is another thing. So everybody's going on about EVs, EV vehicles dying in the winter. Well, it's the same thing. All batteries and technology dies faster. The drainage rate is much faster in winter. So it's a matter of finding a good day. It's basically, that's the only thing. But I will be back on the road with Angelo doing Randonautica. But yeah, we want to bring new things to the channel, and that's the biggest thing that I'm asking you guys today. You would be scared. Yeah, abandoned places. I could keep doing some abandoned stuff. The only thing that I'm having an issue is because YouTube has been like paying less and less and less over like a while. I don't know why it is. A lot of us are making hour-long videos now. So the big thing with abandoned is I'd probably have to do like a pile of abandoned buildings and just lump it together in a video, getting to 45 minutes to an hour. Because you got to think, if you do an abandoned house or, a mansion or something like that, they're not very big, right? So that's the big thing. So if I can do that, that's not a problem. What else we got here? Haunted forest. A lot of people are loving forests, and it's cool because not only I've started doing this, there's been a lot of people that have done it. And it was really neat. There was a few people saying, I was talking because I'm like, who made Randonautica as big as what it is on YouTube? And a lot of people are saying Jasco. So shout out to him too. Be sure to check out his channel. He goes with Angelo quite a bit. That's pretty awesome. I don't know who started it. I just knew that I wanted to get involved in it and things like that. All right, so going down the list here. Yeah, geocaching, that's fun too. Okay, so that's cool. So, more of you guys are liking that. That's from Magic Clovers 82. I wanted to know because I didn't want to just do geocaching and then everybody's like, oh, this is boring or this is dull or whatever. So I want to make sure that you guys like it. So like if it's something that you guys want to see, then it's something that I'll take time in creating, right? Exploring for treasures near rocks and landmarks. See, and that's the thing I want to talk to you about. So this is from Dory the Explorer. Mark with signs and symbols, bring a metal detector. Now that is the geocaching thing. That's literally geocaching. Geocaching is basically treasure hunting, but it could be sentimental treasure. So it could be like maybe there's something of value to me, but might not be to you. But you could find geocaches that may have treasure, like gold, diamond, like rare things from the past, things like that. So that's one of the reasons we want to do it. So we got UFO research. UFO research is cool, and it's funny. I'm wearing another another find from a rando video was this. This is actually a real thing. I found this out online, and whoever had this has to pay monthly to be a member, which is Mutual UFO Network. The only thing about being an actual member, like I would have to buy really expensive equipment. So for UFO hunting, they have a thing. It's called a Geiger counter. You might have heard this before, but pieces of equipment like that, they cost a bit of money. And to be a UFO hunter, that's kind of like the main. That's kind of like the main piece. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, you've seen like obviously the supernatural stuff where we use EMF, where that's completely affordable. But with UFO hunting, it's actually very expensive to get into. So I don't know. Obviously with the Randonautica stuff, we're finding like things that like make us think that, oh, was this a film or was it people that actually were part of this? We don't know. I am hoping, like, I love sci-fi stuff, so it would be really cool to find more things like that. Did you see Angelo's video yesterday? No, I haven't. And it's funny because I when I was logging in today, I just noticed that he put one out in another forest. Oh my God, I love forest explorers. I love seeing places because that's the thing. You could find abandoned things or treasures or weird, strange things in these forests that you never knew about, like that you just didn't even have a clue that existed. Was that you in the woods? Somebody's saying, yeah, I'm not sure what they're talking about there. Cat Marie, camping and paranormal is what's trending at the moment. Camping, yeah, that sounds cool too. We have thought about camping in bizarre places, and I have talked to Angelo about this. It's just like I said, it's with the cold. So if I do get I am planning on getting my passport. Like I am planning on showing you guys other places, other countries, things like that. It's mainly into seeing what's affordable and things like that. I've noticed that you go on TripAdvisor, you'll see tickets go on sale. So they'll go on sale for places. The U.S. is for sure. That the U.S. is for sure a game plan. We will be filming in the United States. I am hoping that I go with Angelo because usually with him there's a team. So I would like to be with Angelo and Cowboy Frank and see the States. Obviously, it's entirely up to him because I mean, like, you're in a vehicle with a few other guys and stuff. Like it's a little different. But yeah, me and him, we seem to get along great and things like that. I get along with Frank. He's awesome. He's really funny. So I don't see why not. And I think we'd be able to do a mix of everything down there with a little bit of everything. Oh, there we go. This is T. So if anybody has noticed, so this is Scatter, Skadder. That is Tyler's his YouTube channel, and he wants to get into stuff too. He's been mainly doing stuff with his motorcycle. He loves his motorcycle. Be sure to check him out. He's awesome. He's with me in a lot of videos. He helps me in quite a bit. So we got Sarah Louise Heritage. CJ Faison was the other guy who got rando. Yeah, I heard that too. I heard it was a cross between CJ and Jasko, and apparently they're the original ones that boosted it. And you know what? Big shout out and props to these guys because I mean it really helped. That really helped me become a YouTuber as Randonautica. I really tried other things and it was just not working. And I guess I got some really cool content going and exploring and stuff like that. And it really helped me get out there. So yeah, props to those two guys. They're awesome. All right. So we got Cat Marie, Team Nightmare. She says, even Cursed Urban is getting into the paranormal investigation. Dan actually did pretty good for his first time. So I guess that's another channel. I haven't heard of him. That's cool. Camping, gotta wait till it warms up. I know. And the thing is, a lot of people will say, like, I don't, and obviously this is just an opinion. A lot of people say, my country is the most beautiful in the world. I don't really know. I haven't been to all the provinces, but since people are saying that, and a lot of people do come to Canada for even filming, like, I mean, if you guys have even seen the X-Files, that was all filmed in Canada. Literally all Canada. We've got Alberta, BC, Saskatchewan, Nova Scotia. Apparently there's some really cool provinces and people's in like Bragg. Like if you don't have your passport now, you could literally just go to these provinces and you will have a buttload of content. You stay down there for a few days and just come back and see what you got. And like I have been thinking about it. I really do. Pooping instead of camping. Okay, so we got oh, Brad said my name. What's up, guys? So we got Joanne. She says, love from Delaware, USA. Don't forget your metal detector in the woods, behind schools, churches, city buildings, Freemasons, Scientology, and old world buildings in that. So the only thing with metal detecting is super cool. It is super cool. I know a guy that's very, very familiar with it. There are laws and regulations though. So for doing that, you really got to find so T is excited for camping. Me and Scatter, which is Tyler, we have been talking about doing Randonautica and camping and just several different topics of discussion. So we're really excited about that. I hope we can get you guys into that too. So we will be doing that. So going back to what I said though, is there are rules and regulations with it, especially when it comes to like historical buildings and things like that. I do know that for sure because some guys have been in trouble for that. And it same goes for drones, where you can fly them and how to fly, like all that kind of crap. I do want to get a drone. I have been wanting to do footage. I mean, it's not necessarily, it's not necessary. You don't actually need, like a lot of people see this crisp footage and whatever. You don't need to have aerial view footage to be a YouTuber. If you think that you need all these thousands of dollars of equipment, you really don't need that. I mean, I do recommend, like with my videos, I do have different pieces of equipment I will use for different things. Like I did this one prison not long ago, and I used I do have what is it called? A gimbal. You should get a gimbal anyways. If you don't have a steady hand, like I don't have a steady hand, if any of you use out, like I'm like, I want to be a filmmaker too. You should get a gimbal just to have it on hand, because then those footage, like some of the videos you might want to use it, and then some of it you'll just be like, oh, I'll just freehand this. It's not a big deal. But there's, with me, I'll be like, this is big for me. Like even though I might not make a buck on it, if it's something like, oh, this is a super cool, like with me, I love prisons. I actually love abandoned prisons and places like that, or asylums. So like maybe I might take a gimbal for that and use some stuff like that. But you don't need to have a drone and stuff like that. There's a lot of people too that will let you borrow clips, like they put them out online, and you can use them if you want to just do like a nice intro or something like that, but it's not needed. Okay, so we're going down the road here. So we got Sarah Louise Heritage. I'm from England. There's loads of haunted here. And Kat Marie says, Canada is definitely beautiful. Tons of beauty in the US too. I've never been to the USA, so I've never had my passport. And it's funny because my dad, he's been traveling for years. Like I've got all these old scrapbooks by him, and I was just super hyped to see, like, my dad's been everywhere. And it's like, it would really be neat to kind of live that kind of life that my dad did when he was like younger, when he was my age, because my dad was living it up, traveling and everything. He had good work. So that's always been a thing. It's just getting the money and funds getting to go that. And Scotters, I'm excited for camping. I am too, bro. I'm looking forward to it. I've never thought about metal detector. That's a cool idea. And that's also from Tyler as well, from Scatter. Yeah, we do want to bring that to the channel. I'm hoping to do one video and just seeing how that goes and seeing what you guys think of it. I do know a guy that specializes in that, so I might actually ask him. He's like the relic hunter of Hamilton, and he is super awesome. We did a documentary with him all on Century Manor. Be sure to just go down into like some of my earlier content, and you can check it out. And I interviewed this guy, and I learned a lot about treasure hunting, just treasure hunting, and finding historical relics. So that was really, really cool. And then there's other people coming down the list here. Sarah Louise Heritage, have you spoken to Most RG? I don't know him personally. I know the other guys do. I've never actually sent an actual message out to him and stuff like that, but I know that he's very busy doing his own thing. So he's got a television series, a television series he's out. He's got a full out crew. He's very busy. I wouldn't think of myself to bother him. I mean, he's got his thing going, and that's his career. And so, like with me, it's different with collabs. Okay, like if I have somebody message me first, or if if I just say, "Oh, hey," and I get a response back, then I will engage. But I usually, right now, as it is, I'm not chasing after people saying like, "Oh, do you want to film together?" or whatever, because I know that they are really busy. they're doing this full time, and that's a big thing. I want to get there. So like with me, I'm just kind of doing the stuff with the guys I know for now. I love collabs though. That's a big thing. I'll always collab with anybody that wants to that is serious about the work that wants to do it. I would collab. So what we got here helps the channel more than you know. All this helps, honestly. Everybody that comes on, my wife popped on, so that's Betty. she's upstairs playing games. So she loves Red Dead. She plays that like crazy. She just loves. So that's her exploring, is the gaming stuff. Yes, my top three faves: asylums, prisons, and hospitals, and they're really cool. In my earlier days, I really got into it, and then I got into a bit of trouble with the law, obviously. So doing stuff like that, obviously, was risky in some of those abandoned buildings, and it's mainly because of your safety, if you know what I mean. If you catch my drift, because like a lot of people are more concerned of like you getting hurt, and then it's being a liability issue. If I do go on the road with Angelo, hopefully in the summer, I can't promise anything now. I have to get this passport, and there's a waiting period to even get that. But if we do go on the road, if I do go on the road with Angelo and Frank, yeah, I could see it being a big thing, is getting back into the abandoned buildings and there's just these large structures you guys were saying. I got a lead on a few places right now. So I don't know if you guys like. It didn't seem like a lot of people were into the library that we did, but we got an opera house. So we're really pushing. I've got people in my team have been emailing them, and we're just trying to see if they get back to us on permissions to film there, because that's the thing. Like I'm not gonna get permission to just go and like, oh, we don't want film, because like I mean that's what we do. We do film. So we do film and photography. So what we got here. Tammy says hi. Oh, somebody said, how did your job interview go? Oh my God. It really wasn't what I expected it to be. It was kind of like scam kind of stuff. So I just thought, you know what? Like, I'm going to get out of here. Like, I had a few people warn me about the place, and I just said that, you know what? It just isn't for me. And I hope you guys, like, I hope you guys are like do well and whatever. So that didn't work. But I've been bouncing back. I've been just keeping busy and with work that I already do have. I do want to make this full time, and that's a big thing with you guys. Oh yeah, we got more people. Camry says, "Hello, GJE and Betty." That's awesome. Sandy says hi from Germany. We got Dory the Explorer, just walking on less traveled ground where the grass grows yet no one walks on is a great place to find surprises and valuables right under your feet, on in trees and tied to strings and bags. The biggest thing with us too is that you will notice this in Randonautica. Sometimes we do just explore. It's not, we don't stick to these coordinates like to a T all the time, because we're like, well, okay, we found something here. I don't really have, like, you know what I mean? You can only use Randonautica until your tokens run out. So when our tokens run out, sometimes what we're doing is like, we'll be like, okay, well, did you want to go down that part of the woods, or did you want to go here? And we'll actually wing it, and we'll just be like, okay, look, we'll go check out down there. And oftentimes the coordinate wasn't exact, and then sometimes we find something down a different trail or whatever. So that's been really super cool. I would like to just find woods though and just explore. Like never even mind Randonautica. Like forget the phone. Like let's just let's just be zen and freak out, and let's go find some stuff and check it out. So we got here Sue Appleby, really early morning from Australia, about 4:30 a.m. here. Oh my God. Yeah, and it's funny, I didn't want to start this late, but we were actually going so we were at the foreign flea market checking it out. We love going there on Sundays. And my baker, she has a thing down there. So I was like, I kind of need sourdough bread because of my guts. Like I need more bread. So I went down and we just checked out the whole place, and it was really cool. There was a lot of things. If you do come to Canada, be sure to check out 400 Flea Market. I highly recommend them. They have a beautiful antique shop. It's like a museum, and you can just walk around that thing for hours and get lost and see all kinds of neat things. So it was really cool for me. Really enjoy your vids and have a unique way of presenting that is really interesting. You, Angelo, and Frank are so much fun to watch. Oh, thanks, Sue. Yeah, and I love being with them. The biggest thing is just them being back local, and then we usually I get a text right away. So once Angelo's in town, I'm like, hey, what's up? Do you want to link up? And I'll be like, yeah, for sure. Like, I'll probably be busy that week or those few days because of work, but I'll be like, yeah, let's link. As soon as he comes, we'll find a day and then we just map it out. We just get our, we get the app running and then we just we just go from there, right? Dory, you really love geocaching. Yeah, there's been a few people talking about this. We really do want to do the geocaching. I'll put that there too. If anybody comes on and they don't know what we're talking about. So geocaching, what do you all think? And that's for our crew, what we want to do. I love caves, and I noticed that a lot of explorers don't explore caves. So that was one thing. I did find a few guys that they were into mines. So they were into finding old, I think they're called decommissioned mines. They're mines that are basically abandoned, right? So there's been a few people that I've contacted about that, and they're like, "Oh, could I explore this mine?" A lot of the times, though, you have to be part of a club. So what's weird is that a lot of these mines are owned, so they could be privately owned, and then you have to be part of some miner society or had a relative that was a miner. It's really really weird. I mean, I did find an old silver mine that's about a few hours away, and I thought about doing some stuff there because I mean, imagine there'd be energy there as well. It'd be really really wild. Got Marie. It's pretty neat. Some really cool finds have been made in the past. I literally I love historic stuff. So old stuff like old buildings, old, antiques and things like that. So with me, I always really, really, really like that kind of thing. And finding those things in places you're just like, wow, like how did this get here? You know what I mean? It's random. I'm starting to call it random Nautica because for me that's all it's ever been. A lot of the times though, like I know a lot of people are like, "Oh, how do you find all this stuff?" Like it is trial and error, guys. Like there's tons of times we're just like you, we just like find nothing. The key is just keep going, keep going, keep going. Like go out as often as you can. If you don't have a lot of gas, you know what I mean. Try to see if you can set the range on it. I hope it still does that because I mean I know with apps sometimes they get updates, but it should still do that. We got Annette Descent. Hi, Brad. Hey, what's going on? Jamie Wriggle HD Live. Do you guys do any gigs for your music? So we haven't actually played live yet, and it's mainly because I'm a little different when it comes to these kinds of things, especially like hobbyist stuff that might turn into a job later on. Especially with YouTube, is what I like to do is I try to get a thing going first. So I want to finish pretty well half of the album. So we're doing 10 songs. I do want to finish at least half of it before I play any gigs. And it's just a matter of getting everybody together because a lot of them have different jobs or careers going, like the bandmates that we have. And yeah, like there's only a few writers. There's just me and my buddy Brett from Desolation Studios, which is our writing crew, and Braden is joined the writing crew too. So that's really me. I'll make sure to put that back in here too. So this is our band name, and I can put some of the links here because I know I've been getting a lot of people asking about it. So our band's name is Parental Pathology. Hold up, because I'm gonna hook you guys up. Let me see here. I hope it's logged into my Facebook because that would suck if it wasn't. Hope you guys can still see me right now. You still see me? Yeah, yeah. Okay. All right, so I'm just gonna log in here so I can get my links because I do not remember them offhand. We'll just go in here. Oh shoot! My. All right, let's see if it logs me in or if it doesn't let me in. Yes. Okay, I'm in, so I'll be able to link you guys, which is really really cool. We have some new stuff coming, so we have a new. Oh, we got another person here. Sue Appleby. What about metal detecting around the abandoned buildings? That is the law thing. So you have to get permission. If you don't get permission and just say you put one of these relics online or you take photos of it or people see that you stole it, because that's the thing of wherever it came from, people can figure that stuff out because you got to look. There's a lot of people interested in those types of things. And I have seen people get in trouble, and it really does suck. You don't want to get in trouble. You could wind up in court and things like that. So if it's a historical building, even if it's abandoned, if it's a really old property and you see the no trespassing sign, there is a possibility of it being privately owned. You don't know. We don't know. You know what I mean? So if somebody owns that area or if it's government land, that's a big thing too. You do need to get permission, and odd times you need a permit. I guess there's a lot of areas you can metal detect. Like I think you could just go in the middle of a forest or maybe on a beach or something like that. So I think things like that are okay. But when it comes to historical buildings, be very careful. Like if that's what you plan on doing, because you can wind up in a lot of trouble. Alrighty, so I'll get you guys these links because I've had a few people ask. I do think Bandcamp is everywhere now, so I think you guys will be able to open that one for sure. Because I know not all of you guys have Spotify. We are on all the platforms though for the music stuff. So here's my Spotify account for the band. So you guys can click that link. It's in the chat. Oh yeah, and I noticed somebody said that the chat didn't save, or sometimes it doesn't save messages. I have emailed YouTube about this. I don't really know how they go about fixing it because that's not really on my part. It's really what they say. But yeah, so I got that link in the chat here for you guys now. So what we got? Dory the Explorer. I'm not sure I mentioned much about geocache, but I do kind of like it. More Randonautica, exploring trails, abandoned places, and ruins. I love ruins. We've seen some really, really, really cool stuff in ruins and things like that. I did find some stuff that I might have a lead on. So I am gonna be checking that out soon. So I'll definitely let you guys know if we got some stuff here. Oh yeah, so I'll put another link. I did try to save this chat so that you guys would be able to view it after the video. So after we stream today. So hopefully you guys can do that. If you can't, let me know. I have bugged them about it. So all right, so let me just find the actual band's thing. Yeah, and there's actually a new thing by me and Braden, which we just did a demo, so you guys can hear that too. So this is the Bandcamp Earl. There you go. So that's there. I will try to put these in the description as well. Remind me because I might forget. But if you guys want to check out our music, all that stuff's up above. We do have a new single coming out March 10th, which is really freaking soon, guys. It's coming out really, really soon. There's going to be a second one I hope that I can release on my birthday, but I'm waiting on the final drafts to come in my way because Brett is still finishing it. Oh, thank you. That's awesome. Yeah, we got some really, really cool stuff coming. I'm definitely gonna finish this album. I'm hoping by next year, but we don't really know. That's a big thing. Tammy, thanks. I missed one of the live because I was feeding the fire animals. No, it's all good. It's all good. Take your time. Come when you're ready. Basically, come when you're ready. But yeah, the biggest thing is like what y'all want to see. Like, I want to know what content you guys want to see that we haven't done. So if there's stuff that I haven't done on this channel, let me know. And I'm the biggest thing is I don't want to film stuff that I know that you guys don't like. I don't want to just say like, well, I like this, maybe they'll like it too. Because that's a big thing. I could come on and that kind of thing could ruin me. So I don't want to end up doing that. So seeing something that if we can all agree on that you guys all think that like, yo, this is awesome and pretty well a lot of people like this, then that's what we'll do. And you never know what you're to expect with geocaching. Like people find some odd stuff there too. So it is very I had been pointed out that it is similar to Randonautic in that sense because some people put weird things in the caches and then you just be like, what is this? Like this is odd or whatever, right? It could even be a piece of like history or whatever. I've gotten some really, really cool finds. Actually, some of them are on the wall. This was that newspaper from 1969, which it didn't really have anything to do with aliens. It was more of like a NASA thing when we found it. It was all about the, what was it, Apollo 11? I'm just looking at it right now because I know the front. I have the front of it over here. It was some really cool finds I just scooped and kept because I'm like, that is so cool. Like you don't find stuff like this. Yeah, so I think this is about Americans first walk on the dead lunar surface, so like about the moon and things like that. I really got into space a lot more from doing this and then finding all this stuff about Starseed. We haven't found anything lately to do with anything really. Just a few random stuff. I found like a few historic plaques and things like that. And then this was weird. So I actually almost got in trouble here. So I was out in Kingston and we're walking around and doing stuff like that. We had the Randonautica out. We are actually walking. So we're like, I'm with my buddy and we're just like, oh, like where do you think this is leading? And it's behind. It's literally there's all these buildings clustered, and it was a monument, like a historic monument statue, but it was in the middle of this university. So like there's basically it's like a field. So I guess all the students come out and they go and recess, whatever. But it's this field, but it belongs to the university. You can't be in there. So we're like trying to get around and everything like that. And then like security shows up and they're just like, what are you doing here? And we're like, oh, we're using we're using Randonautica. Let us this way. I'm like, yeah, you can't be in there. And we're like, what do you mean? Like, isn't it like, can't anybody go into this park? Because it just looks like a park, but it was all gated off or whatever. And so we got booted out of there, which was really, really funny. Oh, so who we got coming on here? I'm just trying to catch up with all your guys' messages because I know there's a lot on here. Exploring with Aaron. Everybody says, hi, Aaron. It's just really funny. So I used to work with him at the Honored Berry. So shout out to Aaron. I'm not sure where he's working now. A lot of us have dispersed and we don't work at that job anymore. But when I first came to Barrie, I was basically a custodian and stuff like that. But yeah, the biggest thing that we're talking about today is just like new stuff that we could bring into the channel. Like I've said, we have the Opera House in Orangeville, and we're trying to get permission to do this. We're really, really hyped. We do hope that they do get back to us. If they do, then it's a go. Like we might have 2 hours worth of footage for you, which is really, really awesome. It's an old building, and they do have some really cool ghost stories that they were telling us about, like people that were performers there, and then they had passed on, but their spirits never really left, and they kind of they kind of stay and seat in the seated areas and things like that. So it was really, really, really neat. That's actually so that's my hometown. The reason why we've been doing content there, it's my hometown. I was born there, and we just wanted to document it. We never ever did. Me and Ontario Paranormal Research Society in the past, we did want to document stuff there, and we just never ever did. And I'm like, but why? We were always leaving to go elsewhere when we had all these beautiful stuff in town. And the people there are so nice that like half the time, if you do ask them, you might get permission. And that's a big thing now too. There was one thing I really did want to get back on doing. So there was the SS Keewatin, which was a ship that I had filmed with Betty. I was with my wife when we filmed it, and we ended up just kind of doing a walk around, more of like a walk around explore. It wasn't really too much historic. We got a little bit from the owners and stuff, but we wanted to go back and film it, and they were kind of like, no, we don't want anything to do with you and stuff like that. So that kind of sucked. That really buzzed me because that ship was actually built before the Titanic. So the SS Keewatin, you can go there and enjoy the historic site. I did hear though that they might have new owners. So I think people were trying to buy it. I think it was up for sale. So if the old owners lost it and new people come into play, maybe we could ask them. Hopefully the ship doesn't get shipped off somewhere else. That's what a lot of people are saying, is because this boat is still operable. You can drive it. So whoever does buy it, they might take the ship and then go elsewhere, and then it might just end up being over there. So that's what's going on. Oh, so Jamie says, I have to go, y'all. Have a great stream, Brad. Oh, yeah. Yeah, no worries. We have new stuff coming soon. We're really, really excited on it. I'm really excited just to get back with Angelo and film with him. I have a blast with those guys. We have a lot of food and like stuff on the road trips, which is really, really cool. And oh my God, his new car. Oh my God, it's so comfortable. I love it. I love these bigger vehicles. I don't know if they're like SUVs. This is not like a van, but it's like like a bigger vehicle, like nice comfy seats. You've got like the heated seats and everything, like the whole works in the vehicle. So it was really, really, really cool going from place to place. The biggest thing that I want to do is just like be a collab with somebody, anybody, and just film a few. You know what I mean? Like film, like get hours worth of content. So that's what I really want to do. We've been only doing like one video at a time and just getting like little bits and pieces of whatever we do get with Randonautica and clumping all that together. So that's all we've been really putting by. Yeah, bye, Tracy. Hope you're doing well. So we got Jamie, thank you, Jennifer, you too, hon. Okay, so I'm just trying to think back of like more stuff that I wanted to bring forward to the table with you guys. So like I mentioned the band stuff, that was cool. I mentioned stuff that we want to bring to the channel. So geocaching is in order, so that's up there as well. Tracy, thank you. I appreciate that quite a bit. I am a gamer too. Like, I don't know how many of you guys are into like other hobbies like that. So I am a gamer. If you guys ever want to add me, you can. I'm trying to remember what my thing is even. Let me see if I remember. I think it is. I think that's it. I don't know if it goes by an email, but I know that that's my name. Oh wait, no, it's not. Sorry. I'll put my PSN on her. Red is mine. And there should be like a photo of like I don't know if it's The Last of Us. It'll be like The Last of Us or something like that. But if any of you are into PlayStation, I'm a huge gamer. I'll game for hours, so I'm always on there doing things like that. I'm trying to remember because I know I had a few things that I wanted to say to you guys before like I left today's chat. Just trying to think here. So I mentioned stuff in Orangeville. That's cool. Oh yeah, so like we do have new people coming to the channel. Oh my god. Yeah, I know. This is so funny. Aaron brought this up. So the TV show, I want to see it. We don't have Crave TV. So we can't see it. We have like Netflix and Amazon, but we don't have Crave TV. So we can't really I haven't been able to watch it. And I'm like bugging my friends and like, Brett, can I borrow your Crave? But a lot of these things, these platforms, they don't allow like any outside usage or any, split TVs and stuff. So a lot of them have caught on to that. And since they've done that, they're trying to make you pay, which it really sucks. I mean, like in the same household, we can't even use the same Netflix account. We like you'd have to pay like a full subscription more just to do that, which is stupid. It's like, well, if you guys know like exactly where it's coming from and it's in the same household, why are you making us pay more? But yeah, I have not seen the show yet. I really, really hyped about it. Like the actors and everything look just bang on, like just like the film. So I do want to see that. Angie's a better alarm system for his car because he got broke. Yeah, I know. He's been broken into a few times, which is crazy. I don't even know how it happens, but like there are ways of getting inside of vehicles that people know. I mean, obviously with newer vehicles, it's more electronic and things like that. But yeah, he really does need something there. Gallery 22, which is bonus. Enjoying his adventures with Cowboy Frank. Yeah, Cowboy Frank is so, oh man, I love that guy. He is freaking hilarious. And I always tell him, like, there's been times where we're out on the road and I'm just like, you gotta wear the hat. And he's like, what do you mean? I was like, you have to wear the hat. You're not just Franco, you are Cowboy Frank. Get it right. Wear the hat. So we make him do it. And it was really funny because when we were doing the prison video, he didn't really want to. He had his hoodie on and everything like that. I'm like, you got it. You wear the hat. I'll beat you up. Like you have to wear it. It's just a given. You're Cowboy Frank. Freaking hilarious. All right, so we got Tammy. My son asked, what was one of your scariest situations you cannot forget? Now that is tricky. So what is that? Is that in Randonautica or the supernatural or as a whole? There's been a few. There's actually been a few. All some of them have been actual like I'm not gonna say not environmental, like building hazards. Like there's been some buildings that the floor has like given way, and there was a time that I actually came close to falling right through. It was funny. I was doing an insane asylum with Angelo, and he's like, "Don't go anymore," and I'm like, "Oh my god," because I literally stepped and my foot just almost went right through. Like I would have went right through the floor and died because this building was like 3 floors long. So That was really, really, really scary. So that was a big one. The dude with the knife, that was kind of scary. Like I literally thought I was gonna die there. And which was funny is that there's been like obviously you get like some people that are like, like haters and stuff in the comments, but they don't actually see the full video. If you see the full video, when I run out of the house, there's a guy that's standing at the doorway, and he had a weapon. And so like that was actually probably one of the scariest things in my whole life because it was like I was set up and then when I tried to run out to escape, there was a dude there. So it was almost like and what was really funny was when people were bashing that video, like when the guy was stomping, was that like I don't think he was gonna do anything to me. I think he was getting me like basically if he didn't get the job done, that when I ran out of that building that the other guy was going to do it. You know what I mean? Almost trying to get me to run. So I didn't run. That was a really, really scary thing. But scariest? Oh my God. Actually, no, I do have one for you. Okay, so the Wendigo stuff. I probably won't do Wendigo stuff again because of how scary it is. That definitely is something that I do believe that they are real. We have talked to a few friends. My friend, he is part native, and he warned me about it. And obviously, we went off and did these series. And it's a scattered series. It's throughout the channel. You'll have different videos, but not a lot of people did Wendigo. Most people I've seen have done Skinwalker. I don't think that's the same thing. I think that's an entirely new thing. But I actually do believe that these things are real because of the stuff that I've had happen. But with me was that I was in one of these caves and I was running out of air because as you're going deeper down, you're reaching big depths. Like there are caves at this area that go 50 feet, 60 feet down, and oxygen levels are running. And you don't know. Like, I mean, like, look at me. I'm just like a silly guy with a camera going down. And when I was coming up, I don't know if you've seen that. There's a movie about this, like where a guy gets stuck in a cave, like our crevice, and he can't get out, and he literally starved to death down there. There's nothing they could do for him. That sort of situation happened to me. So I don't know if it was the last Wendigo video or if the video before, but we were coming out of this cave, and I got stuck, like, and it was bad. And I'm trying to move my body, and I'm like, oh my god, like I have to, like, this is really, really bad. Because for one, I could crack my ribs, and then that's not good, and then that could create a problem. And then the other half was the fact of like me getting out of there alive because there's so much climbing. And yeah, I might be a good climber, but I can't really say that I'm an experienced climber. I know I've said that like doing this kind of stuff. I really am not an experienced climber. I just climbed my whole life. So it's like I kind of get the gist of it, like, okay, where I put my foot or how to check things. Because I have watched videos on people doing these types of dangerous situations before. But yeah, I would have to say maybe for the scariest, like number one scariest thing that's ever happened to me is that. And it's funny because it's not clowns. I am afraid of clowns, but that man, those caves took those caves were the worst thing ever. It was so scary. There are gigantic cave spiders there, a bunch of things like that. And it's funny. Every time I say I won't go back, I end up going back for some weird reason. It's like something draws me to that forest. But the sounds that we heard and the fact that the last Wendigo video we did, we were actually being hunted. I was like, no, like this is crazy. And the thing is, I have heard from my friend, he said that they can imitate animals, but they can imitate a whole spectrum of animal, like a pile of animals, like going at like certain times, and it'll sound like the distance is nearer or further or mid, and that was happening to us. And when we had the device coming out, like you saw me with the necrophonic out, I kept saying like Wendigo, when like all this Wendigo stuff started coming out, and I wasn't even talking. I was literally just keeping it on, just seeing what was going on, and the fact that it was drawing nearer, and exactly like my friend Zach said, everything that he said happened to a T to do with the Wendigo. So like I really do believe that this thing is real. With Bigfoot, I don't know. I'm out there. I'm not really getting anything concrete with Bigfoot, other than that we did some randonautica, and then weird stuff happened with a person, obviously. But with the whole finding anything to do with Bigfoot, I have not really found like any concrete evidence. I haven't found like a footprint. I haven't actually seen the big guy. Nothing like that. Not to say that it doesn't exist, but it's just saying that it's something that's probably really, really, really rare. It's like a once in a lifetime thing. We might never ever get anything with Bigfoot, but all right. So we got some more stuff coming in. I just want to make sure that like I'm not missing any of you. Oh yeah, so Tammy was just bringing up that dude with the knife. Well, yeah, I mean, like, what would you do if like you were threatened? And the thing is, that's the worst thing about Canada and well, these cities like we've got Barrie, Toronto, is the crime rate is going up. So it's like we kind of have to be very very cautious and things like that when you're out in the open. You know what I mean? When you're out doing your own thing. But yeah, that really 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 freaked me out. All right, so we're just reading here. Exploring with Aaron. Oh, wait. So exploring with Aaron saying something. I was going back to Muskoka Sanitarium last time in the next videos. Yeah, like we did that. That was really, really cool. I don't know if we can ever go back. It's just one of those places too. You go inside and it's like you just feel heavy. Like I felt like everything was heavy. Like there are places that have energy, but that place is something else. And not to mention the danger, so the building becoming even more dangerous because as buildings go, they age and deteriorate and fall apart. We will do new stuff though. I guarantee you, we will be doing new prisons, asylums. We will be doing new stuff. It's just a matter of when I'm comfortable with it. And this weather is a big one because if I have to drive far, I want to make sure I get there. I want to make sure that the people don't say like, oh, we can't because of the weather. So like that's a big thing with me is I want to make sure that the weather is top notch, that if I am going to film this thing, it's a guarantee and that I'm not driving to Ottawa or Quebec or somewhere else. You know what I mean? Okay, so Enos Slusher, they're real. They're ancient energies that have been here way before we were. Please protect yourself. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I can agree. Cat Marie, that was so sad, as well as the one where the caver drowned. Yeah, yeah. So caves are something you don't want to mess with. They are. You probably know of the movie that I'm talking about. There's been a lot of incidents like that. There is an area in the ocean. I can't remember what it's called, but it's called the Divers Cemetery. So if you want to look up some really spooky content on YouTube, look up the Diver Cemetery and you should find it. And it's almost like the Bermuda Triangle, but the only fact is that people get exploring and there is all kinds of neat things down there. But the problem is there are areas where it will decrease your oxygen tank quicker, or you can get lost and you can get lost in these underwater caves. And then, yeah, the bodies of divers were down there. They found all kinds of weird stuff along with, like the treasure and all that. So there's a lot of really wild exploring that's just like, oh my God, like, is it really worth it? And for me, doing the cave stuff, it was kind of out of my comfort range. I was just like, I don't know if I could continue doing this. And Braden was petrified because when I brought him, he is scared of heights. And not only that, Chris is too. Okay. I am to an extent, like I'm not truly like 100% afraid of heights, but I do have enough fear where if I think that I could endanger myself, then I am. But yeah, with Braden, he's just shaking and I'm like, you know what? Don't think that I'm gonna get mad if you don't want to continue. If you do not want to continue, we will go back. And I said, who cares? It's just a video. Like, I'm not going to make you slave away and like get hurt for like, $50 or $40. Like, it's not worth it. So like the biggest thing was like, we just want to keep safe. So Cat Marie, I live in Bigfoot territory, Southern Oregon. I've actually been, oh my God, I've still been watching documentaries on this. I actually love it. And you know what? There's another one in Florida. This one is in Florida. It's called the Skunk Ape. This looks way scarier, but this is Florida's Bigfoot, and it looks so scary. There's big fangs and things like that. It's a big creature. They're very territorial. The only thing is that looking for the skunk ape, which is in Florida, there's already dangers. Like we've got alligators. There's things in the swamp already that could kill you. It's like, why would I be out there searching for that, right? So it's really, really funny. Tracy Christians, Brad, stay safe when you go out to these places. Yes, I know. I do have to be very, very careful with it. Slusher, I'm sad I have to go to work now. Oh, that's okay. You know what? I'm hoping that this chat stays up. And if you guys want to come back, I can come back and come on here. If the chat does disappear, guys, after this stream, what we'll do is just, under description in comment section, comment there. Give me your, if you guys have intents for me and Angelo on our next mish, or me and the boys, put your intents in the comment section below. That would be better, just because I don't know. Sometimes it doesn't save our chat. So all the stuff that we're talking about here. Okay, so we got this. Exploring with Aaron, Joyride, Movie Wells, Nevada Abandoned Lone Star Motel. That actually sounds really cool, Aaron. That sounds really, really cool. Yeah, I will be getting the passport. Hopefully sooner than later. It would be really nice to check out these really, really cool places. Lelania Viñacos, the Blue Hole. I think that's the name. Is that the diver cemetery? Is that called Blue Hole? I'm pretty sure it has a name relatively like that. Yeah, people were saying. Ange is afraid of nights too. Yeah, honestly, being outside at nighttime at some of these places, it is scary. I'm not gonna lie. Like, even somebody that says, "Oh, I'm not afraid of anything," come out with one of us in Randonautica and then tell us that you're not afraid of anything. Like, we've had some really messed up stuff happen, and I still get like anxious going out because I don't know if I'm going to find something, or wind up at Walmart back parking lot, right? So Nevada has tons of haunted places. We're there. Tammy, oh, my parents live in Florida. I will pass along. Thanks. Yeah, yeah, no, you can check that out. Look up us. So they say that there's different species of what they say is like Bigfoot creatures that are very, very similar. And for Florida, it's the skunk ape. And it's funny because I got into this. I wasn't so much of like a Bigfoot, like the big guy that you all hear about. I wasn't so much into that, and I would literally just watch these skunk ape like videos of people looking for these things and all this stuff, and we would watch them for hours and get scared and have popcorn and stuff. So like, I don't know, I guess from that getting into this, I was like, well, it's similar, like there's similar phenomena. They're cryptids, right? That's another thing. Okay, so for those that don't know what these are all called, it's look up something called cryptid zoology. Now, you will find creatures that human beings have said to come across since the beginning of time that are said to possibly be real. You know what I mean? Like, we've heard of the Loch Ness monster. Well, maybe that's a prehistoric dinosaur that just never, it just never went extinct. There was actually like maybe a handful that are still alive. Like, there's a lot of things out there that we don't know even exist. So we got Lelania Dignacos, Black Eyed Children. That is a big one too. I'm not sure if Angelo has looked into that. That is very interesting too. And I don't know if that has anything to do with extraterrestrials or not. I got vibes that was very, very much like extraterrestrials, like with things like that, with the Black Eyed Children, because there was like, wow, that's really weird. Especially when you see like this whole thing, like telepathic beings and things like that, right? Like, just really wild. Oh, there's something scary in it. Oh, there's Jen. Hey, Jen. I talked to Jen quite a bit often too. She messaged me. It's all cute. Oh my God, the Black Eyed Children would be awesome to look into. Where are those located? Like, where is that located? Is that in the United States, or is that a Canadian thing? Because I haven't really looked too much into it, but I've seen like some images and things like that. So, hello, Brad. My name is Stacy, but I spell it Stassi. Okay, that's cool. That's awesome. I honestly like sometimes it's really funny. Like, I don't mind when people call me Bradley because that's my actual name. Because most people just say like Brad. I mean, like, obviously since it's short, like a lot of my friends will just say it because they're not gonna waste their time saying the full out name. But I don't mind it, and it's funny. Like, there's some people that like call me Dan, not Daniel, or you know what I mean, or like call me Steph, don't call me Stephanie, like things like that. So I find it really, really funny. Like with me, I'm like, I never get butthurt about it. I'm like, you call me Brad or call me B or call me Bradley. I don't care. Like, that's fine. Like, whatever. Yeah. Okay, so Black Eyed Children all over the place, Canada and the USA. Okay, that is awesome. I will definitely look into this, guys. So, if you guys have any questions for me, we're almost at the hour now. I'm sorry if there was moments where it was kind of gapped and I didn't really have maybe it looked like I was running out of things to talk about, but I was just like trying to brainstorm. I'm like, okay, what all did I want to bring to the table and tell you guys today? Hi, Darlene. Yes, Raguru is another one. Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff, like a bunch of stuff, guys. So, anyways, if you guys have any last minute questions for me now, or if you have some intents, you can shoot them here. If you do notice that this video goes up and there isn't the chat doesn't show with any of your suggestions or intents or whatever, be ah blah, blah, blah. I can't talk today. I need coffee. Oh my god. You can be sure to go under the description and then you can put all your intents or any questions you want to ask there. Just because we did have the last time somebody said that, oh, the chat's gone, it's disappeared, and they wanted to get a hold of me and ask these things, and it's all gone. They couldn't even remember what to ask. So like, you yeah, be sure to save anything that you want to ask, or if you have intents for our next. That's a big thing right now. We need your intents. So the intents for the next Randonautica video. If you guys have any intents for me and Angelo's next video, be sure to put them under descriptions below, and you guys can just fire away. I can say this, okay? What I really do like, because there's so many of yous, I do like if you have a lot of intent. So if you have a paragraph, it doesn't have to be a long paragraph, but try to do more than one intent. If you have a little list, that's what I'm looking for. So like, you will notice that your intents might get picked more than another person if you give me a list, because once I have that list, I'm like, like I have a few ideas and I will grab from them. If you just put one, I might not read it, because that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the word intense, and then I will look and see like who's got some really good stuff. And usually a grouping that works for me. So get some Death Wish coffee espresso blend. That sounds pretty good. I might have to check that out. That's awesome. The Leña Diñacos werewolf. Yeah, I've been wondering too, like, what do you guys think? Like, if you guys wanted us to do another creature feature, what would it be? What would it be? So like so far we've only done a couple, really. I think we've only done Wendigo, and we've done the the Bigfoot. We just started the Bigfoot. I kind of want to do Bigfoot. I don't even want to have the Randonautica out with me, because like things seem to intercept with my phone and things like that. So what I kind of want to do is I want to just find these areas in Aurelia and just drive to them, park, get the gear out, you know what I mean, and just wait and do this tree knocking thing. Somebody was saying that the Bigfoot likes apples. I don't know if that's something that you guys know, because like obviously we can't use bait. Like I can't get meat and put it out there. I can't do things that are against the law. But an apple or things like that, like little things that might attract it, we might try that. And I have talked to the boys about that. Like we should actually like go out to some of these further areas and like never mind the Randonautica stuff. Like leave the phones at home so they're not being intercepted, and just friggin' go and camp out and do the tree knocking, do all these different things that they're saying about online, and actually like see if we can come across it, because it would be amazing to get a picture or video of it, right? Oh, what's up, T? You back, buddy? You back? Yeah, so I'm hoping that me and T and Chris and Braden will be back doing Randonautica. We did do a little bit of filming in Toronto, which was super awesome. I used one of your intents, and yeah, we did come up with something cool. So you'll have to check that out, and that should be the next video that we drop. You've been here. T's like, I've been here the whole time, which is Scatter. That's Tyler right there. What's up, buddy? You've been here the whole time? You're probably at home, aren't you? You are at home. I know. He games a lot on his gaming laptop, but yeah, he'll come on once in a while and watch it. But anyways, guys. Oh, wait. We got Ann Alden. She did just come in. Hey, Brad, how are you? I'm doing pretty good. I am popping off soon. Scatter, see you tonight. Yeah, I will see you tonight, buddy. We'll be hanging out. Yeah, I'm really getting close to getting back out and doing some filming. So it's just getting all the gear prepped and stuff. We had a big snowstorm hit just a couple days ago. So we're just trying to wait until some of that dies down. The weather looks good though. The weather is looking sharp that it might melt some of this stuff down, and then we'll be able to get out and get cruising. But anyways, guys, I'm going to let you guys go. Be sure to smash the like button, hit subscribe. We got a lot more coming for you. Be sure to drop your intents below in the descriptions, because as I said, the chat on the right hand side may dissolve. I can't really prevent that. It's just something that, like, I guess with YouTube, some stuff stays and some stuff goes at periods of times. It might be their server, not exactly. But anyways, guys, peace and much love. Yeah, join us again next time. All right, guys. Peace.